Hello everyone, and welcome to the Keto Friends channel, Episode 1, The Why of Keto. So in this short video, we're going to talk about why keto works, and it's going to be explained through a little bit of a DIY project. So let's head straight out to the garage and get started. Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. On today's project, we're going to try and remove some material from our fat log here. Because that's what it's all about, really, trying to get rid of some of this fat. And if you notice, we only have two tools available to us. We have a hammer, and we have a drill. Now, the reason why we only have two tools to work with here in the shop is that there's only two ways to fuel your body. You can fuel your body with sugar, which is called glycolysis, which is what most people are doing. And you can fuel your body with fat, which is called ketosis. So ketosis is an actual way to remove fat from the human body because it's the human body's natural process of burning fat. If you're using glycolysis, you're burning sugar, and that stuff around your waist is not sugar anymore. It has been changed by your body's metabolism to fat. So if we want to burn fat, it's not going to do any good to try and burn fat by burning sugar. For instance, if we were going to try and remove some material from our fat log, we can give it a pretty good smack with our hammer. And yeah, I got a little bit of a splinter over here. And we made a pretty good dent. Might have made a dent in our weight, but we didn't really remove anything. It's because this hammer is not meant to drill a hole. It's not meant to remove material. If we look at our drill, the drill's got a sharp edge, a point here that keeps it centered, and as it turns around and around, it can actually cut away the wood. That's what ketosis can do for you. Ketosis will burn away the fat. If we use our drill, well, look at that. We're burning away material which is no longer going to be on your fat roll. It's gone. We burned fat as a fuel, and now this log is lighter, just like you'll be lighter if you use ketosis to burn fat as a fuel. And now wait a minute. I keep talking about burning fuel. That gives me an idea. Let's go play with fire, shall we? Okay, so here we are in the specially prepared fireproof zone, here on the grounds of the extensive research facility available to us here at Keto Friends. And here we have the two fuels that our body can use. On the right, representing sugar, we have a gas-soaked rag in a stainless steel bowl. Now, if we know anything about gasoline, we know that if I throw a match there, that gas is going to catch really easy, it's going to burn really hot, it's going to burn really quick, and it's going to burn out really quick. That's what sugar's like. Your body can burn it really easily, but it burns away and you're hungry again. It doesn't sustain you. Now, on the other hand, we have our fat log. Now, this also represents fat that you eat in your diet, but it's also the fat on your body. And now that we have our two fuels here, we also have to talk about a third substance called insulin. Now, if you notice on our fat log, it looks a little different than it did before. That's because it's been soaked in water for the last 4 or 5 days. So we can be pretty sure that if I go ahead and put a light to this, it's not going to burn a whole lot. In fact, I could go through this whole lighter and several more and not even char that piece of wood because it's soaked in water. And no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you exercise or starve yourself, you're never going to burn significant amounts of body fat when your body's soaked in insulin. So when we eat a bunch of sugar, it burns very quickly. But the other thing that happens is that our body is now producing insulin because this is too much fuel at once, and making a condition in your body where you're trying to burn away the excess sugar, and you're prevented from burning any fat. So once the sugar burns down, the insulin will still be there for 2 to 3 days. So even if you eat one sugary meal, just like this log is going to take 2 or 3 days to dry out before I can actually burn it, it's going to take your body 2 or 3 days to metabolize all that insulin to where you can actually burn fat.
So just as we predicted, the gasoline fire flared up really brightly, burned really hot, and a few minutes later it's smoldering and going out. Now this is you getting hungry again. But we can look and see, well, there's our fat log. There's all this energy that our body's stored for later, and it's not touched. And we're not going to be able to touch that fat, that body fat that we would like to get rid of, if we keep eating sugar over and over, because each time you eat sugar and your insulin level spikes, it is like soaking the fat log in more water. And that's what we have to do, is get away from the sugar so our insulin levels come down, the log dries out, and the fat can start being burned. That's the whole idea of keto. So let's go over the 3 key things that we talked about in this video so far. First of all, we learned that we have this process of the human body of burning sugar called glycolysis. We also learned that we have a process in the human body of burning fat. That's called ketosis. We also learned that there's a key substance in the human body called insulin, which will determine whether or not your body will burn fat or sugar. And insulin is going to be a topic that we're going to talk about a lot on this channel because it is absolutely the most important thing that you need to know about if you want to lose weight. So thanks for watching, and please hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if any of this made sense, and stay tuned for my next video, which is an urgent public service announcement about a toxic substance that we call wheat.